Hello, GenRight Nation. You caught me flipping through the slides. We're going to get back to the front here. I hope everybody's doing nice tonight, doing well. There we go. It is October 29th. Man, can't believe it's almost November.
I know, it's Halloween.
Today, I've got a very special guest, Arnold Mueller, with me, our engineer, to talk about our brand new JL suspension. And we've actually had a lot going on around here between our hammers experience and the V2 roll cage, yeah, Terremoto, the whole thing. So yeah, we've got a lot going on. So if you're not familiar, Tech Talk is something that we do every Wednesday at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I'm here to talk about your favorite subject and mine, Jeeps. How to drive them, how to build them, everything related. Of course, we welcome your questions and comments. Now, to do that, you're going to need to be logged into your YouTube profile in order to type in a question. Please include as much information as you can, and we will try and get to all the questions. Let's see, what do we got next? Okay, today's show is obviously about the brand new JL suspension that we've been working on for a while. Before we jump into that, I do want to thank everybody for taking time out of their busy day. I know everybody's got other stuff to do, so thanks for tuning in. And I do want to mention that Mickey Thompson is having what they're calling their fall sale. It actually started October 1st and it goes through November 15th. So if you're interested in some of the off-road tires, which we all run and love, you can go on their website, and it's a pretty good deal right now. So, all right. Okay, back to it. Jennings, why don't you tell us who we've got watching real quick, and then we're going to get to the show.
All right, let's see. We've got Troy Merritt says, hello, Tony and Team GenRight from Nebraska.
Nice.
Michael Costin says, I'm so pumped for tonight's show. Hi, Tony, Jennings crew, and GenRight Nation. Let's talk some JLU Stage 1.
Nice.
JC Cologne says, favorite day of the week. Hello, family.
All right, awesome.
Santa Cruz Overlander said, this is what I'm talking about. Travis Johnson says, hey, hope you're having a good day. Carlos Arevalo says, hello, hello, how's everyone doing?
Nice.
Robert Fisher says, it's hump day, you know what that means? Shane Wolford says, evening, y'all.
Hello, Shane.
Mark
Nice.
Lawrence says, hello, Tony and Jennings from Winchester Bay, Oregon. Hi,
Cool.
Mark.
What's he doing?
Hot Honda guy says, hey, GR crew, good evening. Craig Huffman says, hello, GenRight. Chasing Sunset said, give us 2 minutes, it'll be worth it. And anyone want to guess the new name of the new JL suspension?
I don't know that anybody will guess it. We've come up with a good one. We've come up with a good one.
Heidi Klum says, almost Tony and Jennings time. Randall Walker says, waiting on go time. Nick Repinich says, the nail has been located.
Nice. Nice.
Mark Lawrence said, nail, who owns it for now? Mr. Rick Starr says, I don't feel tardy. Randy Hemme says, hello, Tony and Jennings from GenRight Nation from Louisiana. C. Cummings says, hey, GenRight Nation from Pitch Dark, Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
Nick
I know, it's getting
said,
dark earlier. We were about to have the time change.
I know.
Yeah.
the owner of the nail right now would have to be Cameron for making Backdoor disappear into a speed bump. Michael Costin said, I think the theme song should be changed to Oh Yeah. Sean TJ says, happy Wednesday. Tony and Jennings watching from the garage in Simpsonville, Kentucky.
Nice.
Matt McDonough says, here we go. Robert Lavoie says, hello, everyone from
We
Whittier.
got some loyal followers, watchers.
over.
Yeah, that's
Mike
good.
DeWitt says, hello from Tennessee. Albert Gutierrez says, hey, GenRight. Jeep Adventures is watching from the pumpkin patch.
Nice.
Richard Peterson says, hello, hello, glad you made it. Heath Basham says, hello from Texas. Gary Williams says hello, checking in at the veteran build shop with the guys in Mustang, Oklahoma.
Nice.
Eric Thompson says howdy from Altamont, Kansas. Michael guessed the name for the Stage 1 JLU could be Stalker.
Oh, that was close to one of our choices.
It was close.
STALK.
Yeah, like stalk people. Like a criminal.
White out the windows on a JL.
Michael Costin says, hey, Arnold.
Yo!
Matt McDonough says, on the road in Destin, Florida, make sure I could catch Tack Talk. That's
Destin's
cool.
a nice place.
Robert Fisher says, Tony, what does the JL platform have? Why does the JL platform have so much more articulation compared to the JK platform?
Well, that's a good question. And a lot of it has to do with I gave Arnold a little more free reign, and he just went crazy. So,
Shane says, hi, Arnold.
Hey, Shane.
LJ something says, hi, guys. Hi, Jennings. Travis Johnson says, hi. Sean TJ says, awesome engineer. That would be you.
he is.
Honda guy says the Mickey Thompson's an older flyer.
That
true?
is an older flyer, but I couldn't find the new one. So there you go.
Hunter Dinger says, how to get JKU rear sway bar to stop squeaking. Just installed 2 weeks ago.
Oh, it's just dry. So drip in a little bit. I'd like to use gear oil. A couple drops of gear oil. That's not going to be quiet. You'll appreciate it. So
Cool. Amy Cleveland says hello from the Clevelands in Yukon, Oklahoma. Mr. Rickstar says, Brown Santa dropped off my GenRight skid plate, Legend 3-link, 4-link,
Nice.
Rock Jock Knuckles, but here I am instead, ready to start cutting brackets off these JL axles for my TJ.
nice.
Trail Team 7 says, hey, oh, engineer in the house, it's going to get real.
It is, yeah.
And then
got a lot of
Evan
explaining
says
to do.
hello from North Idaho. And more
Okay.
people are jumping on.
All right,
Nice.
awesome. Let's see. We got a couple things. Lots been happening around here. Jennings, I'd like you to spin around real quick and just show the budget TJ is in the lift. It is on its own wheels. It's got the transfer case. Everything's in the drive shafts. We were just filling the fluids a little bit earlier, and this baby is ready for its maiden voyage. I can't wait to get this done so I can rip everything out of it and start putting in those big 392 axles I got for it. So the little budget TJ's alive and well, but we're not talking about that today. We're back over here to talk about the JL. But we have a lot going on around here. Okay. So we just came back from the Hammers for our kind of annual Real Hammers experience. This is kind of a driving school pre-run, like you guys definitely, we're going to have more information coming out about this, and we'll have some videos and stuff coming in the near future. This is the group that was out there over last weekend, and it was really fun. We walked through some of the trails, talking about lines and other things, and you can see those are pretty big rocks. So that is the real deal. That's
Outer limits.
They said you
outer
sound
limits. That's
far
what I would
from
call
the
the.
mic.
What's that?
They said you sound a little far from the
Do
mic.
I?
Maybe you
Oh,
gotta
it might
move
just be because I'm
those.
talking this way.
Maybe
Yeah.
you gotta move the shock.
Well, I just need to move it to the direction I'm talking, I guess.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, just hang on. So, these are, well, this is what I call a big boy trail, and those are real rocks right there. So, that's a lot of fun. Next, Arnold and one of our other guys have been putting the new cage in my new Terremoto, and this includes a brand new dash and a couple other cool little things that we're whipping up along the way. I took these pictures earlier today, so check this out. The new dash is ventilated, and it's got some other cool stuff, and you can see here
The
that
race
this has
cage.
tubes that go all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
So when you do that, or to the frame, when you do that, you're able, when you do the aluminum dash, then you're able to do all that. So
Yeah, and it lowers the dash bar. You got a lot more visibility.
yeah,
It's a true 8-point roll cage now.
Yeah,
Right? 8
yeah.
points.
and including we're going to do all the sidebars and everything
Yeah.
like I have in current Terramoto,
Yeah.
but a newer version.
Yep.
Right? They give it more room. There's a lot of cool stuff going with that. So this is very exciting. This is like what I prefer to be working on right now.
Yeah. Wish
so-
I was building my own too. Makes
Yeah,
you want to get a JK.
It makes you want to get a JK. Okay, what do we got next? Okay, featured product was. Let's see what we got here. This is it. Okay, so we are no longer calling this any kind of stage. When it comes to the JL suspension, it will now be referred to as the Vector.
Vector.
So this package. Oh yeah, we got to turn around this way. This package is not a stepping stone, so there's no stages to it, and you either have the Vector or you step all the way to the EXS, and that's the way we've got these two kits packaged. So Vector is the brand new name. Jennings, you were going to read something about Vector to tell a little bit more about what exactly that means.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Introducing the GenRight JL Vector Suspension System. Define your line. GenRight Off-Road is proud to introduce the next evolution in the JL suspension family, the Vector system. Built from the same race-proven DNA that drives our EXS platform, the Vector is engineered for Jeep JL owners who demand precision, control, and capability without crossing into a full chassis replacement. The name says it all. Vector means direction and magnitude, a straight line path of purpose.
Straighter's faster.
Straighter's faster.
This system
right.
is that line. It's the bridge between our elite packages and the full EXS platform, delivering geometry, articulation, and ride quality that transforms a daily driven JL into a true trail-ready machine. Every component of the Vector has been designed, tested, and tuned for balance, the sweet spot between street comfort and race-level confidence. Whether you're crawling through the rocks, flying across the desert, or commuting home, the Vector keeps your Jeep composed, predictable, and ready for whatever's next. The Vector Suspension System, a new direction in JL performance by GenRight Off-Road.
There you go. This is definitely the next level.
It is.
All right, so we're gonna show everybody a few basic pictures. Arnold's gonna talk about this.
Nick said, engineers do like vectors.
And this is. I did want to go into a little bit more about why you were able to do more with this. It had more room to do more, right?
Yeah, I think it's mainly the wider axles, really. Like JK axles are 65 inches wide. These are 68 and whatever they are,
Half or
almost
whatever it is.
69.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So there's more room outside for
Yep.
bigger shocks. Like we got these. So this suspension's designed around these 2.5 Performance Elite, or
These are the IBPs, so 2.5 Fox IBP.
check those guys
Yeah,
out.
they're
got the
nice.
clickers
They're
on them.
nice. Apparently, I didn't realize we got the first set of these.
Really
Yeah, so our entire thing is designed around that.
nice.
Which is great.
No, it's a great, and then the rear, the rear's got a piggyback
one's
on
piggyback,
it.
yeah.
Super cool shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had these.
And these are Hymans, no rubber. This is the good stuff for sure. So so talk a little bit about, this is going to require a little more cutting. Oh, and by the way, for those of you watching, this is for a Rubicon JLU.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you have a Sport or whatever, you gotta get Rubicon axles or
Yes,
Curry
or
axles or
bigger
something.
or whatever.
Or bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so the features are gonna be new rear shock towers that relocate the shocks in front of the axle. Got a rear GenRight sway bar mount and bar. We've got a cross member notch in the rear because we bump really deep with this suspension. Obviously, it's a double triangulated 4-link rear, 3-link front with a track bar.
Yeah, kind of our proven, what we've done on the
suspension.
JK
Yep.
and the EXS for.
Yeah, and this is very similar numbers to the EXS. So, it's gonna ride really well and perform really well. We've got the 1/4 inch thick rear cross member, 1/4 inch thick front cross member, engine skid, track bar mount in the front, of course, a little frame notch in the front. It reuses the front factory shock mounts and all the coil spring mounts on the axle and on the frame.
Yeah, in the rear too.
Yeah.
Spring mounts.
Yep, spring mounts are the same in the rear. And you can use this with the factory foam bumps, or we're going to use the Fox hydraulic bump stops as well.
Yeah.
One of the main things, we could go to the next picture
Sure.
actually. One of the main things we wanted to focus on is because this new material on this frame is just thin. It's a high carbon steel. It's strong, but it's thin, and I think it's I've seen a lot of brackets welded to these frames. Like, someone gets like a track bar bracket, welds it to the frame, and then just like rips off. So we really wanted to get a lot of surface area on here. So we have this spacer plate between the front and rear frame sections to kind of bring
it's different heights.
It's a different height. The middle's like a little slug piece, and then we've got a nice huge bracket here that connects the rear upper control arm mounts to the rear cross member, which also houses the rear lower control arm mounts. Got a nice big gusset there. The mount is also really long, grabs a lot of the frame.
Yep.
Got a lot of rosette weld spots, as you see. The front also, as you notice, it's got a lot more gussets compared to like the Elite, the JK Elite. Got a nice transmission mount that's part of it too. So this should be available for the 3.6 and the 392, by the way. So that's we really wanted to just grab a lot of the frame so that it's got a lot of holding power, a lot of surface area.
Michael Costin asked, will my Bilstein 8100 DSAs work fine with it?
Probably. What you want is a similar eye-to-eye number, like compressed and extended, which we could give you.
Yeah.
And I think if you're building it yourself in the garage, like, you just got to cycle it and kind of
make sure everything clears,
and you might need to move the shock mounts a little bit.
Robert Fisher says, my kids have been watching Despicable Me, and as soon as I heard vector, I immediately thought of magnitude with direction. LOL.
Nice.
Me too.
Yeah, and I want to, reinforce with everybody that this has not been rushed.
Yeah.
You've really spent a lot of extra time, going through this. And by the way, this is more than CAT. These parts are already in manufacturing, so we're waiting for them to be done so we can start installing.
Within the month or so, a month, we're going to start on this thing. And a lot of time was spent articulating everything, maxing out the travel, checking clearances on the body too, because these newer bodies compared to like a TJ or YJ is super, like, once you start cutting it, you're like, you might get too deep and you're going to open up some holes, But yeah, a lot of time spent taking care of this.
Okay, let's go.
Will this work on e-torque JLs with the rear battery?
No, it will not.
Oh.
But you could modify it and make it work. Like I think you gotta
doghouse it.
You gotta doghouse the battery here somewhere.
Yeah.
So, anything's possible, but you'd have to modify. This is based on a 3.6 and a 392 currently.
But look at that skid plate.
Yeah,
that's
huge
sweet.
skid plate. 3/8 6061 aluminum.
Yeah.
And it
So
flares off.
this will
grabs a lot
not
of the
work
frame.
with any engine, right?
It'll work with the 3.6 liter or the 392 V8 JL.
But if you have an e-torque, the battery is underneath.
Yep.
So we flattened the belly. Before it used to hang down, where there was room for that. So we've gotten rid of all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what he's saying is, anything's possible. It depends on how bad you want it.
Yeah.
Michael Costin would like to volunteer his Jeep as the tester.
Yeah, we've already got several.
Sorry. Yeah, huge skid plate underneath. It grabs a lot of the frame, and that's what we're after. We're after the double triangulated 4-link rear, flat belly skid.
Yeah.
Just a lot of clearance, because it's a long rig. It's a long rig, 120-inch wheelbase roughly. That's the front track bar mount, and it also features a built-in steering box frame stiffener, steering box mount stiffener. So I believe that's a 1/4 inch plate that we're going to bolt the steering box through, because I've seen those rip off on JLs and other Jeeps too,
Yeah.
but JLs.
Yeah, they're flexy.
Yep, yep. And then this ties into the coil bucket here, so it's. I
Can
took
we
a lot of
make
time
it
designing
work
this.
on a JTR?
The front will work on a JT.
Yeah.
The rear, you could probably get the rear cross member to work, but the shock mounts and stuff are not gonna work.
Yeah, you'd be on your own for that.
Yeah. The front for sure will work though.
Yeah.
Yep, and like we were saying earlier, retaining the factory coil bucket and shock mount on the frame side. Let's see what else we got. So this is in the rear here. We've got new rear shock towers that bring the shock towers in front of the axle. So we're using about 12-inch travel shock, but we're getting about 14 inches of vertical wheel travel, which is awesome. Rear cross member notch. The yellow thing that you see is it's not only the template, but it's also like the large overlay plate that you're gonna weld onto that. Got the rear sway bar back there. Also, this uses our JL tank, right? Our 25-gallon tank.
30.
30-gallon tank, yep.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, so rear-mounted tank. It's necessary for the 4-link in the rear to clear the upper links.
Matt McDonough says, I'm driving a 4xe for my rental. The all-electric mode would be interesting. Off-road and low range just crawling. It's creepy quiet.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd get one of those for like the city or something, you know, a little beach cruiser. I don't know.
All right, next.
Yeah, what do we got? Oh, yeah, so that's full bump. Just straight bump sitting on the ground.
Oh, yeah, and we didn't show, but this includes steering stuff, right?
So this is using our Curry knuckle right here.
Rock jock.
Sorry, Rock Jock knuckle.
I know, we still
My
confuse
bad.
it.
This is using the Rock Jock knuckle here. Super beefy knuckle.
High steer.
High steer,
Yeah.
raises the tie rod, raises the drag link, all that stuff. Factory brakes bolt right to it. Factory unit bearing bolts right to it. And then with this kit, you're also getting an axle side track bar mount for the front, tie rod, drag link, track bar.
Yep.
Yep, track bar mount for the axle. Did I say that already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably have another picture where you can see it a little better. Oh, still full bump.
Yep, full bump, side view.
But
So
you can see how flat the belly is, yeah.
Oh, and let me point out, or go to the next picture. I wonder if it shows it. Okay, so that's
no brackets
articulated
on
there.
Oh, here you can see the...
Yeah, you can see the track bar mount
Yeah.
right there. It it accepts a steering ram if you want, like it has clearance for a steering ram.
Which is actually in the picture.
It's in the
think.
picture, yeah. It's the gray thing. Yeah, I put it up and out of the way.
Yeah.
You know, right where we want it. And we're gonna recommend you use a truss with this, so you could buy, you know, whoever's truss or build your own, whatever. Because these axles are notorious for breaking right here, where this little they call it a what? CAD,
No,
central
FAD. Yeah.
front axle disconnect.
Yeah.
So they break right there all the time. So we recommend putting a truss on there or getting the Curry axle. That's a good upgrade. And then one notable thing
Yeah, that Jeep is running the wrong size tires.
it's on 37s.
You know, they look so tiny.
I know, right? It's the angle probably. Yeah, the kit's built around 37-inch
Yes.
tires. Let's talk about that. Just because the stock axles, you don't want to be running 40s on them.
Yeah, and you can see how Arnold's got it buried in the flares.
It's buried in there.
Yeah.
Like it's touching the flare. Like I made it touch. One thing that I would like to point out that I think is a super cool feature of this suspension is you're actually getting a rear lower control arm mount for the axle / shock mount for the axle too. So you can see that the rear lower control arm mount and shock mount are flush with the axle tube. So you're not getting hung up on that at all. Because that's like the worst, dude. You're like, oh, I'm over this obstacle, and then, you know, you're stuck in the back. It's the worst. So I was able to shove that up there and get that out of the way. It's got a nice skid plate on it, so you can just drag the rear of this Jeep.
We got a
over
couple
anything.
questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Craig Huffman said, I wish the rear shock mounts would work on the JKU.
Yep. Unfortunately, I think it's the axle width thing, because the axles are just too narrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you go to the wider axles, we make brackets that...
We make generic shock brackets,
that you could move them up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Washington Wet Wheeler says, I run those Fox shocks on my JLU on 40s and tons. Both rear shocks clickers are destroyed by rocks. Terrible design for those who actually get after it.
Damn. The rears, that's crazy because they're run like this on the factory location. So
yes.
so if the Jeep's pointed right at you, these shocks are mounted like this in the factory
and they
location.
Would be in the back.
We run them like this, totally out of the way.
Oh.
So the axles, at full bump, the axle tube's still here protecting your shock. The link's right here,
Oh.
It's out of the way. So, might need to get this kit. Protect those clickers.
Tufts Chandler says, so this retains coil springs and
Correct.
to coilovers?
No coilovers.
No.
Retains the coil springs with a
you
nice
want
shock.
coilovers, you got to go full EXS. Yeah.
Gotcha. Trail Team 7, so the front end will work in a Gladiator?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. They say you're running the wrong brand of tires, too.
Yeah, well,
Just
it's
for
the
the
only thing we
model.
have in the model, yeah.
Adventures of Jeep Per Addict asked, does this kit work with all aftermarket axles?
It comes down to like your axle tube size and your axle width.
So you just have to modify the brackets, kind of like I did on Jennings. The Curry axle was slightly different than the factory one, so we just had to trim them, grind them, a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
So
I think the stock axle tube is like 3 1/8 about or something like that diameter. So you'll just have to trim a little bit, or maybe in the future we'll make a 3.5-inch tube version.
Yeah.
So
We'll see how popular it is.
Yeah.
Now you're talking, turn the engineer loose. Chandler asked, will this work with aftermarket axles like Dynatrac 72-inch wide?
It would. You just got to modify the brackets. Definitely.
Robert Lavoie says, I have a 2.0 JT. Oh no, a 2020 JT. I understand front end will work. For the rear suspension, the gas tank will be in the way for a triangulated rear.
Correct.
Will you or do you have fuel tank relocation?
So we made some tanks for the JT a while ago. We have not officially put them to market. So here's what I recommend. If you are a JT guy, you need to message me, email me, call into my guys, get on a list. And the moment we have this stuff available, or we know we've got enough guys, then I push it to the front. So, just let us know. It seems. So
I'd like to make some JT
we have a lot of
stuff.
JT guys watching. So
I'd like to make some JT stuff. I would totally buy one.
And Jeep TJ6 said, just checking in, what program are you running for that 3D model? Just curious.
SolidWorks.
Yeah,
SolidWorks. All right, we're caught up for now.
So earlier when somebody asked about aftermarket axles and stuff, when we say you'd have to modify the brackets, we're not talking about the location. We're talking about that you might have to grind it so it'll fit. The bracket might be like this, and you might have to open it up a little bit to get it around your axle.
Even if we have any brackets we can show them on, Dang.
You wouldn't have to do anything if your axle was already a little smaller?
It wouldn't be smaller. It would be like the same size.
Okay.
But I know the Dynatracs, the Currys, the 1-ton axles, they got 3.5 to 4-inch, I guess.
Yeah.
Steve says, Tony, all the people here are asking about JT parts.
I know. Yeah.
Jeep Adventures, I missed the oil pan question answer. Is there an add-on to protect the engine oil pan?
There's an engine skid, yep. So it protects the engine oil pan and the transmission pan as well.
Yeah.
And then I also wanted to add, before we forget, that there's also a rear truss that we have, rear axle bridge.
Yeah, you can see a little bit there.
Yep. I think that was all I was going to say.
Yeah, and we'll be installing one of these here pretty quick.
Yeah.
Is there more pictures? There we go.
Yeah, some more articulation.
You can see the rear mounted tank. You can see a little bit of the truss.
Yeah. Shock mounts on the other side. You can't see it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so really optimizing. We're using the whole shock. So there's a lot of kits out there that they want you to throw a huge bump stop on it and all this
Spacer.
stuff, spacers.
Yeah.
They have a relocation bracket and all. Oh, front axle shock mount too is new, so we got a relocation for that, or a new
down
shock
at the
mount.
bottom.
Yep.
Okay.
So there's a new shock mount on the axle.
Okay.
But yeah, we're using the whole shock, the entire shock.
That's cool.
Travel.
That's
so
like we do on.
well, like
the
we do
rest
on
of our
everything.
stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is
So-
there more after this?
There might be one or two more. Oh, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. But yeah, we
JK, where it's at.
More questions?
Is that SolidWorks model crowdsourced or downloadable?
It is through an organization we belong to.
Built around 3.5-inch springs.
I think we are aiming for 3.5-inch springs. We're recommending this shock for all the lift sizes, but I guess your ride height would, wherever you want your ride height to be, you know, we'd tell you whatever spring to get. 6-inch.
And we're gonna
We're
test.
gonna do
some.
we're gonna do a 2.5, 3.5, and 4 or something, whatever
Yeah.
they have out there.
Yeah, we'll check some and then we'll make a recommendation.
Yeah.
And then Chosen Rosen asked, when are we going to see the first trail video of the JL Vector at work?
Ooh. I don't know.
Definitely after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Still got to wait for the parts first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do some
They're
testing.
laser
soon.
cutting and forming.
Yeah.
And they should be here soon.
Todd
Yeah.
Chandler says, when can I give you my money? Soon, Chandler, soon.
Yeah, I gotta build it, test it, and then you'll see the footage, and yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
And
I'm
we'll
super.
definitely be, as we're installing
Like
it, showing pictures.
Early
and talking about
2026?
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
totally.
Cool.
So, yeah,
We're
that'll be
very
cool.
excited about
I'm very
this.
excited about it. So I might get a JL.
Oh,
I might-
Yeah, we
so,
might get a
I was
JL
telling
after
Tony,
this
I was
too.
designing a lot of this stuff. Like, if I were to own one, like, what would I want? I
Yeah.
want to move the shock mounts up. I
Yeah.
want to move the link mounts
I
up.
want
You
a
know.
392.
And
I
for
want a
those of you
392, yeah.
That know my son Jordan, he's got a 392
Yeah.
and he wants this.
Now we're all jealous.
So, yeah.
What are the control arms made out of?
Are they aluminum ones?
They're DOM. I mean, they're made out of digital right now, but I think they're gonna be DOM.
To
but
start with,
To
and-
start with,
okay.
but we might do an aluminum. You know, that's
Option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, on all of our other rigs, we basically have both versions also.
Yeah.
Aluminum just is stronger because the spring back. So
Yeah.
you know.
And a lot of this, like the JK kit, will come as pre-welded as we can do it.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
that
like-
way you've at least got sub-assemblies that make the install go a little quicker.
Yeah,
Andrew
the-
Gardner asked, will the rear sway bar be available on its own? The
Yes.
mount, the rear sway bar mount.
Or I guess maybe, but it would only work with our gas tank. Though.
Because the factory shocks are in the back.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So yeah.
So otherwise you'd buy a Curry and it's mounted way up here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And we tried using that, and it just didn't work for our application. I think it's a good sway bar though.
Yeah. What else? What are we forgetting?
Yeah. Just we spent a lot of time just really.
Do we have to
fine-tooth
refinance our
combing.
houses?
No. No, it won't be that expensive.
Not that bad,
Not
Craig.
that bad. Not that bad.
Like similar to JK?
Similar.
Similar.
Yeah.
Cool.
EXS is refinance your house.
EXS is refinance your house.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say it has just probably a handful more parts than the JK Elite.
Yeah, and it will require a little bit more labor because you're cutting off more brackets.
Yes.
So,
yes.
But if you're doing it yourself, then
Awesome explanation.
One bracket a night.
one bracket a night.
Thank you.
Jerome, would the flat belly skid also work with the front portion and a JT?
You'd have to cut it or something, but probably yeah. The front would, but it's a one-piece skid, so you'd have to cut it or something. You know, you'd have to figure that part out. I can't speculate.
And Michael asks, are both sway bars still running?
No, the front is gone.
Oh, the front is gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wander with Summer says we all want more power. It's true.
Yeah, we always get rid of the front.
So we can keep up with Tony.
Yeah, you can see the red is in the rear, but there's nothing in the front.
Yeah. The issue is it hits the track bar mount. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
because we hang that out
Yeah.
further. Yeah,
because the stock track bar mount is like straight up and down.
Yeah.
So it's like flush with the frame basically. So
and we're trying to lengthen the track bar as long as we can get it so that it matches the drag length,
Yeah.
and that's how you eliminate bump steer. So when you're going through the travel of the suspension, you're not chasing it with the steering wheel.
Yeah.
So
I think in the
very,
future
very
we could try to come up with like a bent sway bar arm or something if people want the front, but we just
the
gotta
rear
see.
one's really
Yeah, like
tough.
Shane's Jeep drives awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Jennings has it on hers. Drives
Yeah.
fine. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just not a track car, you know.
Right, right. Yeah, which,
But
you
lifted
know,
Jeep.
I mean,
Which
it's a
is
lifted
not.
Jeep. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
it's a
drive it
lifted Jeep.
respectfully. Yeah.
137s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I liked this one picture. I think it was this one. No, one more. This one, you can see the upper control arms like totally buried into that cross member. Why we
Yeah.
had to do that.
Yeah.
That's how deep it bumps.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah, we're like an inch from the floor.
yeah. And actually, the floor, there was plenty of room there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was able to basically just, make a truss over the stock cross member there and beef that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this kit. I think it'll be cool.
It's gonna be good.
And I think the name we came up with is a good name.
Yep. I think so too.
Ruvinicon said, I bought a 2006 LJ in Guadalajara, Mexico. They recommend I start with the 1-inch cab lift kit. This LJ will be 100% GenRight on pauses. Is that correct, or what would be the first step?
Well, a lot of our kits, I mean, if you're going to do the Legend kit, that we recommend the 1-inch body lift. If you're going to go with our Tracer stuff, that does not require a body lift.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the body lift's also easy to take out, down the road if you get to that point.
But I wouldn't upgrade that just because,
Yeah.
if that's like your one upgrade, don't put a body
Yeah.
lift in. Yeah. Get some
fenders, and you can put some bigger
tires,
tires.
I think, yeah.
Talk to Andrew. He's our guy on
Uh-huh.
that. Yeah.
Honda guy says, our JT has the aluminum knuckles now. If we want to prepare for better GenRight stuff, would we just buy the Rock Jock knuckles for now? What are your thoughts on a sector shaft brace for a JL or JT with 37?
Okay, so if you forget buying a sector shaft brace because you're going to be changing the track bar mount, which all of the sector shaft braces are made around that, we will be doing our own. So don't spend the money on that.
Yeah.
If you buy our steering kit, it will come with these knuckles, or if you buy these knuckles, you'll need them for the steering kit. So the steering kit is let's go back.
Like, you can't buy the knuckles alone and run them. You'd have to buy the knuckles with Rock Jock's steering kit.
Right.
Right. Or our full kit.
So you got to be careful. You don't want to be spending money on steering that you're just going to throw away.
Correct.
To put on this high steer.
Correct.
So when you get the steering kit, it'll be the knuckles, the tie rod, the drag link, and the track bar. So you're getting a bunch of stuff to make it all work, and the mounts.
Yeah.
So those are important pieces to making this whole thing work, and that you can put it on a JT, no problem.
Yeah.
You can put that on as is, rock and roll. So.
This guy said, I just installed 74 WED portals on my 392 and currently looking for a suspension package and any upgrade components tailored to a 3.8-inch portal lift on factory axles for 38s and 40s. No one yet.
So
the portals make it wider.
The portals make it wider.
Yeah.
The only thing with the portals, I like portals. I think it's a good idea. And 74 Well does a good job, but when you drop the hub like that, like 4 point something inches, whatever it was, you're already, now you got a 4-inch lift basically, but not that much up travel. So if you want like more up travel, you're bringing that ride height up and up and up and up and up, and then you got a monster truck.
Right.
So I think, we do keep a low ride height, so that combined with the 4.5-inch drop or whatever it was, keep it as low as you could go probably with that amount of up travel.
Yeah. I mean, this would be a better system. It's got bigger bolts and other things about it that are more heavy duty than stock.
Correct.
And the heavier duty cross members, when you leverage this down 4.5 inches, you're talking about a lot of cranking on there. and we're using genuine Johnny joints. So there's a lot of upgrades in just every piece
definitely
that would be better for that application.
Because I've seen a lot of, like, I think more on the Toyotas, but when they put the 74 weld portals on there, it breaks the factory steering and stuff like that. You know, like those small joints from the factory just aren't good enough.
And you're using all FK Heims. Like this is the same stuff we had on the race car.
Correct.
It's all good stuff.
Correct. All that same
that
stuff.
We use
Heavy
on
duty.
Terremoto.
Tried and true. Yeah.
Rick Starr said that's the ugliest drawing of a TJ I've ever seen.
This thing, or
yeah. He says, so 04 TJ 5-inch rear stretch, your 4-link cross member to buy pre-DOM. What lengths do you recommend?
Well, we sell it in 3-foot lengths, not knowing how far somebody's stretching it. So
I think they're long enough to stretch
for
5 inches, right?
Oh, yeah. Plenty.
Yeah.
And Michael Costin asked, does the fuel tank get rid of the tray and back, I assume?
It does.
It does, that little depression, and that comes with a fuel pump access plate.
So is that, he said, will there be a lid too? Is that what you're talking about?
There is,
Okay.
Yep.
Which is so
Good
cool.
questions. Good
And
questions.
does it have double shear linkage?
Yes, of course.
Perfect. Okay, Trail Team 7 says, hey, just to let y'all know, we really appreciate the innovation and top-notch detail y'all go through to make sure we get such quality parts. Way to set the bar, GenRight.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay. You got more questions, or can I move on? I do have one more thing I want to show.
Roscoe really wants those steering parts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Probably not the only one.
Yeah, probably not. And we should be able to get those out pretty soon.
We can.
Because it's just a longer tie rod.
So the thing with the steering kit is you can't use our steering kit with stock suspension, with stock lift, because you lose some up travel because it's high steer. Because we run straight tie rods, or straight drag link, straight track bar, you know. So if you want to run the RockShox knuckles alone, they do have a nice steering kit.
Yeah, we don't have any bends in this stuff.
Yeah, because we believe in just a nice straight piece of chromoly steel. DOM is the strongest. You know, we don't really like the bent, you know. But all good products.
Isaiah Franco says, thank you all for the knowledge. Everything you guys do is top notch.
Nice. Thank you.
Honda guy says, how does this differ to what you have listed for the Stage 1 JL steering kit with the reed knuckles?
Well, that would be JK.
Yeah, the JK uses the reed knuckles.
And these are good. The JL will use the RockShox.
We tried using the reed knuckles, but the tie rod's still so low.
Yeah, this turned out to be the best combination. And this is really beefy.
Oh, yeah.
And Brad Loker says, I'm currently building a CJ7 with your full stretch and 4-link kit, and I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Is there a precise location to mount the rear shock towers on the frame?
So it all depends on how much you stretch the axle. So and at ride height, that rear shock tower needs to be perpendicular from the control arms. So that's where you're going to slide that tower back to. Okay.
And then your up and down is like determined by if you want to cut into the tub or not.
Your
and
ride
what size shock, and your ride height, and all that. Yeah.
So I don't know how long ago you bought this kit, but we do have a newer version of the Legend suspension instructions that might be more helpful. So just call in and the guys can send that to you.
Josh says that looks like a good amount of flex. And then he says, Callie says hi from the Pumpkin Patch Cookie decorating booth,
Nice.
Making one for Uncle Tony.
All right, nice.
Hi, bestie.
I like it.
And Zenland Zipline asked, are you going to cut off that FAD housing on the Rubicon front axle and sleeve over it? Seems like a fairly easy job.
No, we're not, but you could. We would probably recommend getting the Curry axle. It's just beefier altogether. The knuckles the inner C's are beefier, the tube's thicker wall. You could do that, but to do it right, you need a whole fixture and everything like that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's easier said than done, in my opinion. But we are cutting off that little nub.
Yeah, just a little tower will be gone.
What little nub?
The little
This
nub
right here.
Ah.
We'll take that off, but we're not going to remove the whole unit. We're just going to take that off.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. That's it. We're all caught up.
I saw that the slides were out of order, so my tech tip for today was run. Oh, where's my picture of the TJ? Dang it. Nope, maybe not. Okay.
Nope.
You gotta draw it. It's charades.
Yeah.
Or
So basically, it was recommending that you run a limit strap because there's only 2 little bolts that hold the shock in. So when that rips out, then your spring comes out and the whole axle walks out from underneath it, and you've broken your drive shaft and torn your brake lines.
Yeah.
It's a disaster.
Yeah.
Will this work with the Curry axles?
Yes, but you'll
same
have to modify some of the brackets.
Yeah.
And Rick Star, does this come with C gussets?
The truss kit that you will buy will.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we're going to use the Artec.
The
one.
Artec truss, yeah.
So and that does include that.
Yeah.
60s or 70s?
70s. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's all around the 44s, right? So if you're going to go up in axles, then that's up to you.
Up to you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Michael Costin said for the JL, being it's got the dual battery system, I know you can eliminate the little battery. Any suggestion on relocation area with the Vector?
Well,
That's only on a e-torque, I think.
that's what we were talking about when we were talking about the battery. But I am coming out with a kit to eliminate the little battery. It's some pre-done wires that you fake the computer into thinking there's still another battery there, but you've thrown it away. So that's coming.
That's what he was asking about, right?
I think so.
The little
but
battery.
before, when we talked about the battery, we were talking about the e-torque.
Yeah.
So that's a completely different 48-volt battery that is mounted under the Jeep.
Yeah, it's just
So-
really
Black
big.
Sea.
There's
It's
nowhere
just really
to really
big.
put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But what about the little one?
the little one, you don't have to take it out, but if you want to, I'll have a kit for that pretty soon.
Would you relocate it?
No, just
No.
throw it away.
Oh, okay. Matt McDonough, is the semi-float Curry rear axle enough for the 392 on 37s?
I would say yes, but if you're gonna buy a Curry axle, you might as well buy the full float. you
Yeah, I
know?
think it's another $800 to get the full float.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
Yeah.
no, Michael is asking about relocating the big battery. It has the 3.6.
okay,
Oh.
so the your battery that you have, because that's an e-torque, is liquid cooled. So there's more than just wires that go to that thing,
Yep.
man. It's a
It's got its own cooling system.
It does.
Yeah.
And if your intent is to really build that thing, I hate to say it, but you may want to off it and start with something else.
They sell crate 392 motors.
They do. That's what Ari ended up doing, right?
Yeah.
He just ditched the whole thing
Yeah.
and went 392. So,
If he's serious
but
though,
he's just writing.
Yeah. We've built a EXS. We won't do it again, I think, but we've built one EXS e-torque, and
It was
basically
a lot of work.
it was a lot of work. And there was
Yeah.
a Darren cut a hole in the skid plate,
Yeah.
and dropped it, made another
just
skid
enough
plate,
clearance for the battery.
and then
Yeah.
even that, it was like an 1/8 inch from the body. Like
Yeah.
it was tight
Tight.
in there. So that being said, you could cut the skid plate out and build a little drop bracket thing.
He keeps saying he has the 3.6.
Yes, the
It's an
3.6
e-torque.
came with an e-torque, and so did the 2.0 turbo. Both of those were available
Yeah.
with e-torques.
He says no e-torque here, but that's what I thought on mine, and it was indeed.
Okay,
an
so if it's
e-torque.
no e-torque,
Oh.
then you're set.
Is this the second guy? The first guy was asking
Michael
about e-torque.
Costin said he does not have the e-torque.
Okay,
So if
you'll
he's-
know when you look under the hood, the alternator's like this big,
Yeah.
or the alternator's like this big.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, if he's talking about relocating the factory normal
little
large,
battery,
yeah, little battery,
Yeah.
no problem. The large battery, I think that has
and,
more.
and you don't have to relocate either of them if you don't want to. You don't even
Yeah.
have to touch them.
He's
to do
talking about
this.
the large, not the 48-volt battery.
the
regular
regular
battery,
battery.
yeah.
No, just leave it where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
there's if
don't
you
relocate it.
do not relocate it.
Okay.
I think there's more that goes into it because the fuse block is right there too, isn't it? Like the whole like, there's like, don't touch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. This guy says, I just saw GenRight new Highline rear fenders with adapter bracket, and it's one step away from a quick disconnect fender. I need fenders on road, but I don't need fenders off road. New product idea.
Nice.
Yeah. We've been kicking around a few things. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Roscoe asked, how long would it take to install the stage 1? Are we talking JK?
Well, but probably the JK. But this kit, we're going to time it and see what we got.
Well, what was it on the JK?
What are we quoting?
I'm
like
not sure.
80 hours on that? I mean, it's a couple
Maybe.
weeks.
It's like, what is it, like 2 months, weekends only, like all weekends, you know? It's hard to you know, hours wise, probably 80 hours.
Yeah, and it depends on how nice of a job you want to do. Like, we really went after all the detail of, you know.
Yeah. It's I think the longest part is after you weld all the big stuff on, you know, it's the exhaust, it's the brake lines, it's extending the wires for the fuel tank.
Oh, no, he's talking about the vector for the JL.
It'll probably be a similar amount of time.
Similar.
You know, like it depends on also like what level do you want to go to. If you want to just, for example, if you want to just use like the normal extended brake lines, you could do that. But the way we would do it, we would route a nice brake line down the arm and stuff like that, and you know, you got to redo the exhaust because there's just a lot of suspension you're fitting in there now.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to lengthen the wheel sensor wires and
yes,
stuff.
you got to lengthen a bunch.
There's a lot of stuff.
The gas tank has we have a plug harness.
Pre-done one,
Maybe we got to do one for the wheel speed sensor
maybe,
too.
yeah.
But yeah, bunch of little details take the time, but you know, you can get the bulk of it done in like 3-4 weekends, 5 weekends or something.
Yeah.
Ben Anderson says Jeep JL 2-door stretch. Sounds like the front half will work. Back half will have to be custom fabbed. How far back could an axle be pushed using the GenRight fuel tank?
I don't. Does ours work on a 2-door? I don't know.
It should.
Right.
It should. And you know, a factory axle has the track bar and everything hanging off the back, and you know, usually that's a pretty big assembly. So I don't know, we'd have to look, and it depends on the axle you're running and some of that stuff, but chances are if it's just a stretch 2-door, you could probably just make longer rear arms and make it work. So you know, because the drive line is the same length. So
Josh says,
probably.
Good show, guys.
yeah.
Thanks.
Are the dates correct for the turkey run?
So that well, you're beating me to it. Okay. So obviously we are coming up on Desert Splash. Those dates are correct. The /X Bash, that date's correct. Another Jeep night, the turkey run. So we're going to go out. We actually extended this to the weekend before. So we're going to go out on the 22nd. And it'll last all the way through the 30th. And that gives you 10 days or whatever it is to come join us. And that is going to be a lot of fun. You can get a lot of wheeling in. We do 2 runs a day. We do a 9 a.m. run and we do a 1 p.m. run. And we're always back by 4 p.m. Because it is completely pitch black by 5. And it gets cold out there. So, and that's part of the reason why we start at 9. Somebody's asking me, like, why are you starting so late? Well, trust me, by the time you go out to your Jeep at like 8:30, that's going to be the absolute earliest you want to be outside. It is cold.
The website does show 22nd to 28th right now, but it's to the 30th, right?
It is we leave on the 30th. So, and sign up. If you know you're coming, sign up and let me know you're coming. I need to know the details of your vehicle, you know, what you're interested in doing. I've got a lot of people that I'm trying to herd like cats, and I need your help. So let me know that you're coming, even if it's for the day, or if you don't want to drive your Jeep and you want to ride along with somebody, I can make sure there's an open seat So
It's definitely a cool event.
It's definitely cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have a
Comments?
huge campfire every night, and there's lots of stuff going on at night.
Yeah.
I don't go out at night, but a lot of people do.
Good show, guys. Awesome show. As always, you guys are awesome. Another good show. Thank you.
Yeah, it was.
Excellent show. Thanks for showing up, Arnold.
Yeah. No problem.
All right, then we're going to wrap it up. The only thing after that is our Christmas parade on the 19th here in Simi Valley. So that's a super fun event too. So heck, till next time, you guys
See ya.
have a great rest of the week.